Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my SnowRunner Hard Mode playthrough. Picking up where we left off, in the last episode we finished reinvigorating the gold mine. So the Cold Creek gold mine is now operational. But in order for them to shift their wares, we need to fix the ore sorter and the conveyor belts. So as I said I would in the last episode, at the start of this one, we're going to make a start on the ore sorter. So we're going to get down off this mountain to start with. There's a fairly long list of components that we need to collect. It's another cargo apocalypse style contract. 2 phases, lots and lots of parts to collect. Some of those parts... Pretty much, well, I think all of the parts can either be got on this map in an unlimited supply or can be crafted on this map from an unlimited supply of raw materials. So like concrete blocks and slabs, there's an unlimited supply of cement. So it's a case of carting stuff around, crafting it and going and getting it. So we don't have to destruct any buildings. We might destruct some buildings if they're in our sort of path. And the first thing we're going to do is we need 6 consumables. And there are 2 in the warehouse at the bottom of this hill. And 2 in the railway station still. So we're going to grab those 4 units of cargo. Partly because it just takes them off the map as a cargo location. If we've got everything we need out of them. I'm going to leave the Zix there for a minute. We needed the Zix to get us back on our wheels after a Ninja Rock tipped us over last episode. So we're going to run down this hill into the warehouse, grab 2 consumables, go onto the railway station, grab 2 consumables. There are a couple of metal rolls in there. I don't need them until phase 2 of this contract, but I might pick them up anyway, take them over and just put them on the floor at the ore sorter so that I can load them up and call them delivered when I'm ready, because then the railway station will also be kind of empty of everything that we care about. Really pleased with the way the last episode went. I know that I tipped this truck over just almost at the end, but it was quite funny in a way, really, and it didn't affect the timeline of the episode at all. I thought about changing truck just because I've been using this one for so many episodes now. It is my preferred 6-slot plus crane outfit, but I thought about mixing it up. I don't know what really, apart from the S07, don't know what I would change it to, really, in terms of Holy Trinity trucks that can self-load. S07 is not a bad choice, obviously it's a good truck, but yeah, we'll keep going with this one for now. And then, so the rough play order for this episode is going to be 4 lots of consumables plus the 2 metal rolls, drop them off at the ore sorter, and then run up the hill towards the garage and get some metal beams, unlimited supply of metal beams at the warehouse near the garage, and then see how we go from there, time-wise. Once these consumables are gone, this is an empty warehouse. That's this warehouse finished. Try not to delete my suspension on that concrete block, slab, mega slab. already fuel is going to be tight. Kodiak nearly empty. Crocodile nearly empty at the garage. I can't remember how much we left in the Paystar. Maybe 1,000 litres at most on the other map, but we got log into doing that map. So yeah, already fuel is a little bit tight. A bit worrying. We'll end up doing probably several Michigan fuel runs, I think, to complete Flooded Foothills. Maybe I'll play it safe and take the water. I was going to take the shortcut over there that I accidentally took last time. I was going to kind of see how I felt about doing it deliberately, but no. I am going to refuel because the Kodiak doesn't need much fuel. I should stop my engine when I'm doing things like this. Got a bit slack about doing that. So yeah, 42, and if I remember rightly, there's maybe 20 litres in the add-on. I think I left it with 21 litres in the add-on. But that's me fully refueled now. That'll do me for a little bit. We'll try and pull away in high when you get the handbrake on. Doesn't work. Nice sunny day. Into the railway station. I'm not going to do the mud. I'm going to just go straight for the railway line this time. Used it last time and it was a bit easier than I remembered. A bit wary of railway lines because they're quite easy to tip cargo out. They do put you on quite a steep camber, so they can be if you're not careful. But I'll be careful. So we'll come through here. We got no cargo on the flatbed anyway. The trailer's playing silly buggers, but it'll get through. It'll be fine. Like if that trailer had cargo on it, I'd be quite nervous about it being thrown off with the way the trailer's being bumped around a bit. But it's definitely an easier route than going through the muddy water. I'll drop off. Can I straddle this? Yeah. I don't know, would that tip cargo up if it had cargo on the back? Probably not really. Sometimes a bit overcautious when I've got cargo on. And then sometimes quite a lot undercautious. Thought I'd get that in there before anybody else said it. I really want to get some repair points back on these trucks as well, but it's a long old trek over to the other warehouse in Big Salmon Peak to get those. I might do a run. I might combine it and go and get some metal rolls from there when I need it for phase 2 of this. So let's leave that trailer there. And then put myself in, load up. And the other thing I keep forgetting, I always forget this, and I've done it so many times with this truck, is to put myself out of all-wheel drive when I'm using the crane. Because it's just burning fuel while I'm sat there for nothing. So yeah, 2 consumables. We'll put them on the loading platform, but I don't think there's anything else in here. So I'll also take those metal rolls this time. Yeah, it's the consumables are the main thing I'm after. Then I will take these 2 metal rolls, I think. Just makes sense to empty this place out while I'm here with 2 empty slots. And then that is this railway warehouse. Basically empty, except there's an unlimited supply of containers here. But I don't believe I need any more containers. Bit of a mess the way I've chucked them on that trailer, but I'm hoping it'll pack alright. Store the crane, unpack my cargo, and then attach and go. I kind of want to take this maintenance trailer. I can't take it with this. I'm not going to tow it behind this, but I might bring the Zix down. Because I want to take the Zix to the garage. Big Zix, that is. I haven't deployed the little Zix here. I want to take the Zix to the garage. And I think that trailer would be a useful way to move fuel around rather than using the Kodiak. Just because it's easier to do drive-by fueling. Right. Can I pack all of that cargo? Yes, I can. So it might have been a bit sloppy, but it worked. So now we're going to head to the ore sorter. I can't remember. So I don't think I've actually tried using it as a road. Ages and ages and ages ago, I fixed the blockage on this railway line. And I fancy using it as a transit rather than going through that, what I know to be really nasty water. So I'm going to have a look at using this railway line as a path with cargo. So we'll see how we do. Because I really don't like that muddy water. That's one of the worst bits of terrain on this map. But it would be a lot easier if I could get a couple of wheels up. I'll try and keep my left side. Oh, there's plenty of room on this right side actually. Maybe I'll just drop off the railway line. Drive alongside it for a bit. Lights on, coming into dark. So yeah, I haven't actually driven this as a road with cargo. I came in here to collect a couple of pieces of cargo to complete a different task. But I haven't tried driving it as a transit. Maybe I will now use these trees to get myself up on the railway track. Oh, yeah. I turned off all-wheel drive for crane work and then forgot to turn it back on. That's why it was struggling a little bit on some of that. But this is, I don't like this for cargo, do I? I just get nervous with the cargo on that type of scenario where I'm bouncing it around so much. I've got a crane to reload it if I want to, but it's just reloading cargo is just fuel wasted really, if you can avoid dropping it. I also need to make sure I know where to leave this road. I'm sure I've already missed the point. Yeah, so I probably should have left this road pretty much here. Below that. Maybe through there. That's a few spindly little trees. See how that looks. I'm going to try it. There's only one way to find out. Zoom in a bit so I can maybe try and see a line through these trees. Just going careful with the winch because I know what I want to do, but I don't want the winch to pull me over. But that looks like a line. Spider-Man tree. My entire truck caught up on one spindly little branch hanging off that tree, which isn't going to let me go. Don't drop that trailer. You can see the line I'm going for, right? I just need to maneuver myself gently enough that I can pull the trailer through it rather than tipping the trailer over. And that's me at the fuel station, but I think it's $6 a litre, so there's no way I'm going to fuel up here. Just confirm that price, but I'm pretty sure it's $6 a litre here. Lewis fuel. $8 a litre. Don't think so, Mr. or Ms. Lewis. No chance. I'm not paying that. I'm daft, but not that daft. So then we're on the road and straight up to the ore sorter. Should be an easy run from here. So railway, was it worth it using it as a transit, or was it better to go through the mud? I think probably the railway was worth it. So that I don't miss my turning, let's just mark this on the map. We'll activate it. So we are doing ore sorting center. That's the contract we're starting. Which means we can drive. We're pretty close by, over one more bridge. Then first right into there. And we'll be able to deliver the consumables. We'll need 2 more. We can get them on this map. Unlimited supply. And we don't need the metal rolls until phase 2. And I will have to do something about cabins, because I don't want to complete the conveyors, as people have told me it closes off your routes to get cargo. So I don't want to fix the conveyors. Which probably means I'll move both cabins down to cabin zone 1 for the ore sorter, and then I'll take the one that's needed back at cabin zone 2 for conveyor. I'll take that as a separate trip and return it. Right, nice big delivery zone. And that's the, just coming into the lights now, is the second of the ore trailers. There's one up at the gold mine, another one here that we have to deliver to the factory in Big Salmon Peak. So, cargo, consumables. done, and then what we will do is unpack the cargo, attach the trailer, and just move those two rolls into the corner so I can just chuck them back in the truck when it's time to deliver them. We got another two of these on the floor at the garage in Big Salmon Peak too, I remember. And then we're going to hook up a trailer and go and get some metal beams. We need 4, so we'll go and get 3 and see how time's doing for the episode. But this is going to be another quite grindy series of episodes till this is finished. And overwhelmingly, in terms of comments, people prefer to see all of the work rather than having it cut out just because I think it's repetitive. It's a hard mode series, right? And I get it. When I'm watching somebody do hard mode, I prefer to see everything because then you know that it's all legit, right? And I know you trust me, but well, I couldn't cheat anyway, right? The only thing I could do is auto load, and that's against my principles of hard mode. So yeah, I will be showing everything, and that just means if it's repetitive, get what you're asked for. People prefer to see everything, so they're going to see everything, and I think that suits what I would want to do with hard mode anyway. Do I have any reason to go to the garage? There's not enough fuel there for me to really worry about, so I don't really think I do have any reason. So we're coming to this warehouse basically. Marking the route because I'm not familiar with this side of the map so much. Go and get 3 lots of metal beams. And just turn off that spam. That the all sorted delivery must be. So when this tipped over right at the end of the last episode, obviously at the time I was recording, all I knew was I hit a rock and tipped over. Hadn't noticed the rock. When I was editing it, I felt really aggrieved. That rock came out of nowhere. I would drive that again, and if I didn't remember that it happened, I would drive over the same rock because it looks like nothing. You got it's like an iceberg rock. There's hardly anything showing above the snow, but as soon as you clip it, it rotates up into quite a large rock. So yeah, I did feel quite aggrieved, but at the same time I was chuckling a little bit. Did a bit of a slow motion to show, well, not slow motion, but a bit of a focus in on what happened. But yeah, it was making me chuckle a little bit. Arguably, I'm a driver, it's my fault. Alright, I always accept that. But I felt a bit aggrieved. I thought that was a trap rather than necessarily bad driving. Just unlucky to hit that rock in that way. But I feel like it was put there by a rock dev with a mission to catch people out. It's a twisty, rocky old path, isn't it? It was a little bit like that wasn't the right route. Also got to turn the trailer around, which is never my favourite thing to do. I might try manipulating it with a crane. That'd be a mess, wouldn't it? Let's detach it, move myself. So I want metal beams onto the loading platform. The loading platform is blocked. So that'll do. I should be able to load now. Yes. And then, can I move that trailer around? This is going to be a really daft idea. It is if I keep hitting the wrong button. Won't let me attach the thing I want it to attach. I want to get over to one of the ones on the tail of it, but it won't let me. See if the truck's got a bit more weight to pull that trailer more or less where I want it. Bit messy, right? I probably should just drive around the loop by the garage and come into this from the other side as a way of turning it round. That's about where I want it. That'll do. Probably want to swing this way. Get the metal beam. Perfect. So we do have an unlimited supply of these metal beams here. But for this stage, we only need 4. One more into the truck. Right, restore the crane, pack the cargo, unpack the cargo, get that trailer on, get delivered. Attach the trailer, pack the cargo. 6 slots, 3 metal beams. Get her done. What is my route then? There's a wooden framing directly ahead of me. I wonder if, rather than coming around here, straight through to there and then turn down south. So I think that's a better route than what I did on the way up. Quite a heavy cargo now. Pleased with this mud tyre change. I think the off-road tyres didn't do bad, but for this specific area, these muds are slightly better. I'll have to have a look at where I stand with fuel in that Paystar over on the other map. Pretty sure I've reached the point now where if I do another Michigan run, I would bring it through to this garage, not to the other one. But I might do that by taking the Kodiak back, transferring everything that's left in the Paystar into the Kodiak, and then take the Kodiak and leave the Kodiak there, and then take the Paystar, do a fuel run, bring it through to this garage. That's probably the best distribution, but it depends on how much is in that Paystar. Maybe avoid this water in future and go on the other side of that power pole. Stay out of the water. I think there's room to get the truck and trailer through there if I went the other side of that power pole. Yeah, so now it's daylight, I can see it. That is one of the conveyors. And if I fixed it, I wouldn't be able to drive through there. Now, I don't know at the moment what I need to drive through there for. But I'm not going to fix it until I know that I don't need to drive through there. Right, so cargo management, 3 lots of metal beams. Done. So we need now wooden planks, concrete blocks. Concrete blocks I think I'm going to have to craft. I don't think I've got anywhere on the map here where I can get concrete blocks without crafting. Consumables, I'm pretty sure I can get an unlimited supply of consumables up north. So let's have a quick look at the map. So if I went up past there, got 6 units of this cement, carried on up the hill and took it to the concrete plant, I could turn 4 of those units. I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio for blocks, and then presumably a 2-to-1 for slabs. Would make sense. But turn that into 4 blocks. Bring them back down, grab another metal beam, and that would be all of the blocks, all of the beams done. But that is more than I can cope with for the duration of this episode. So I think what I'm going to do real quick is have a little look at my fuel situation. So let's jump into the Paystar for a minute. Let's see how much fuel I've got left deployed. Quite a lot by the look of that tank. Yeah, quite a lot. That's pretty good. Yeah, okay. So I am going to do a little bit of fuel logistics to end the episode out. Rather than going off and getting cargo and running out of fuel and having problems. I'm going to jump back into a Kodiak and do exactly what I described earlier, which is, it's funny, this has got 21% fuel in the main tank and 21, it's coincidence, isn't it? 21 litres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this Kodiak back into Big Salmon Peak. I'm going to take all of the fuel out of the Paystar, barring what's needed to do a Michigan fuel run, and then I'm going to do a Michigan fuel run and deploy it to Flooded Foothills. And I don't know whether the fuel that's left will be enough to do what I need to. Didn't come this way last time, did I? Didn't come this way. That's why I went over there. That's why I had tyre tracks going off rogue. Let's go up that way. Stay out of this muddy stuff with the Kodiak. Good little truck. I've quite enjoyed driving this. Yeah. So I'm going to do my fuel logistics now. I quite often do fuel logistics at the start of an episode, but I think the amount of time I got left would work quite nicely to do it now, rather than me doing it off camera. Through there, that'll do. It does so much better off road than I ever expected it to since I got the Well, I pretty much sold it as soon as I got it, this truck in Michigan, early doors. When they gave me the opportunity to have a second one of them, I'm really glad that I didn't dismiss it and gave it a try. As usual, comments led me in the right direction. Thank you very much. A much more capable four-wheeler than I thought it would be. I'm told it can do the Holy Trinity. It'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? Get a crane and a flatbed on it. If I do a restart ever, I'll make much better use of it than I have on this series. I think if I did a restart, based on what I know now, if I did a restart, it would either be a new game plus with some features to make it like hard mode but even harder, or it would be a normal mode save purely for the enjoyment of getting all of the big trucks early doors and utterly dominating by having all of the most powerful things very early. Change truck. Go and get yourself a Zix. As soon as you can unlock enough stuff to allow you to do the Amur map, which I didn't think was anywhere near as hard as I thought it would be. Go and get yourself a Zix 605. And then dominate Michigan in a way overpowered truck. Just for the fun of being overpowered. Should probably chuck some of this straight into the Azov really for logging. So that leaves me with, 1100. Nearly 1200 litres in the Kodiak, and I am now going to jump back into the Paystar, back it straight into the garage. And if this is boring for you and you don't want to watch me do a fuel run, or you will not have been offended if you've already left. You wouldn't have heard me say that though, would you? But yeah, I'm just going to do a fuel run through Michigan. So retain it here. It's going to cost me 7,000 plus fuel. It's going to, unfortunately, going to take me back below the 100. But make sure I go to the right garage. But it is much cheaper than buying the fuel here for $8 a litre. $3,500 to deploy it. Leave the garage. Nice sunny drive down through Michigan in the Thirsty Girl. Right, Crashell, let's hope your fuel prices are still much more reasonable than Lewis over in the other country. Engine off because it's safety first in a fuel station. fuel. So 488 to do my main tank, and then 5600 to do my add-on. Back her up. I'm looking out the wrong window, obviously. Back up to the garage, and then presumably put this heavy old thing full of fuel on an aeroplane to send it to Canada? Or would it go on a train? Would it get packed onto a train for the... What does my $3,500 buy me when I get it deployed to an entire another country? Is it packed into a ship, sailed around? I like the fact that the mirrors work. You know, it's a little detail that most people probably don't even see because you drive in third person most of the time. Struggles up there a little bit. Tell you what, get it in high, it'll pull better in high. As I've finally learned. The little animated CB radio flex cable up above me there. I do like this truck. It's a real shame that it's not more usable. It's basically so inefficient for fuel that it's unusable. But there's a lot of other stuff about it that's really good. I'd use it a lot more if it had a better fuel efficiency rating. Usual deal. Oh, you've only seen me do this once or twice, but engine off. Refuel myself from the Scout fuel carrier. Just those 23 litres it took to get back from the garage. In the garage, retain it. I know I'm going to have to pay. Back to Yukon, and yes, I will put it in the Loaded Foothills garage. And that'll just make all of the running around I got to do on this map much more comfortable. Deploy it, another 3,500. So that cost me about 13 grand all told to go and get that fuel, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than filling this thing up at $8 a litre. Where do I want to put it? Probably where the crocodile is. In fact, I'll probably fill the crocodile up as a bunker to take maybe to the sawmill or something. Maybe down to the ore sorter would make sense. You know, I'm going to be in and out of there quite a lot, aren't I? Crocodile's main tank is full. Yeah. So, just a little bit of useful thing to do, but also pad the length of the episode a little bit because this is already going to be a shorter than normal episode. There's nothing else I'm going to try and squeeze in, but I didn't feel like I had the time to do the next lot of cargo deliveries. So this is a useful thing for me to have done because I now don't have to worry particularly about fuel on this map. But it does mean now that I'm going to leave this episode here. And the next episode, we will do the cement up to the concrete works, get the slabs, 4 of them on the trailer, and then we'll pick up a metal beam on the way past, on the way back, deliver those to the ore sorter, and that'll have made a good dent in the start of that ore sorter shenanigans. which is pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. But in the meantime, thanks and goodbye.